Yo, 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 what's the business? It's your local neighborhood super rig with my boy Briss. What's poppin', man?
What's good, bruh? Kendrick didn't drop the video.
He dropped the video. Everybody watching it. It's going wild. Now, we reacted to it live. YouTube was hating. Cut off on the stream. So, we about to watch Rapaholics. They have already dissected the video, so they say, in 15 hours. And we're going to react to their video saying they actually explained everything in it. So let's see if we can see if they caught all the Easter eggs. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe. Let's go.
Guys, Kendrick Lamar just dropped one of the craziest music videos of all time with so many subliminal sneak disses aimed at Drake. And we're about to break them all down, but if you guys didn't know, Not Like Us is the record Kendrick just dropped a music video for. It is the #1 song in the country and absolutely put the nail in Drake's coffin, calling him a PDF file, a colonizer, and having the entire world chanting OV Ho. And apparently there's a remix to the record on the way, so stay tuned for that as well. But he just dropped the music.
Got a remix? I wonder who all gonna be on that. I wonder, will it be a all West Coast affair, or will it have Weeknd singing some super crazy chorus or something? That'd be great.
That's gonna be crazy.
Video for the record, and this was one of the most...
Honestly, it's so West Coast, I can't hear nobody but West Coast people being on it. I couldn't hear Future or anybody on that beat, actually. I can't hear no auto-tune, no nothing weird on it. I hope he actually does keep it West Coast.
Hyped up music videos of all time, immediately breaking the YouTube record for the most views for a video in a single hour with 1.3 million views in less than 60 minutes, which already has DJ Academics questioning if Kendrick is paying for views. There are so many little nuances riddled within this video that completely shut down any allegation Drake made towards Kendrick, while also cleverly sneak dissing Drake throughout the entire video, and ultimately showing Drake he is not like us. He is not in the same league as Kendrick. Now, the video was directed by Dave Free, which is Kendrick's business partner from day one, and Dave Free also makes an appearance within the music video. Now, why this is so substantial is because in Drake's diss tracks against Kendrick, he was claiming that Kendrick's fiance Whitney was having an affair with Dave Free, and that they actually have a child together, that the son of Kendrick is actually Dave Free's son. And Kendrick said the whole time, don't tell any lies about me and I won't tell truths about you. And this video quickly disproves this lie that Drake made, as Dave Free is appearing numerous times throughout the video and even directed the thing, showing that there's no issues between him and Kendrick like Drake had alleged. There's some other crazy rumors that Drake made that are also quickly put to rest within this video, but we'll get to that later on. See, the video starts off with a snippet of a brand new song by Kendrick, basically teasing that he has new music very soon on the way. In the snippet, he raps, "Reincarnated, I'm a stargazer, life goes on, I need all my babies, woke up looking for the broccoli, high key, keep a horn on me, that Kamazi. IP, the ownership, the blueprint is by me. Mr. Get Off, I get off at my feet." Now, it's going to take some time to dissect these lyrics, but off the bat, when he says, IP, the ownership, the blueprint is by me, that's in direct reference to Drake's claims that Kendrick does not own the profits of his music, as he claimed on his diss track Push-Ups that Top Dog, the owner of the record label that Kendrick is signed to, basically takes 50% of the profits of Kendrick's music. Kendrick is saying that now he's a free agent with his own record label, PG Lang, and so the ownership is completely by him, as well as the IP, the intellectual property.
Which we broke down. If y'all go watch our live from yesterday, we broke down how that works. Kendrick owns the music, and Interscope asked him, they work together, and they be like, hey, can we use this music in this movie? And they always have a specific deal on how that's gonna go. It's not Interscope telling Kendrick how it's gonna get used. It's Interscope asking Kendrick, can we use it? And he like, yeah, these are the parameters, and boom, they make money together. Check that video out. Let's continue.
He also says, I get off at my feet, which is another reference to Drake's diss where he says, how are you big stepping with a size 7 men's on? Basically making fun of Kendrick for having small feet. Kendrick flips that here by basically saying, I get off and not feet, which basically means he's sweeping Drake up off his feet. He's destroying him. He made the same reference in Euphoria where he said, Pusha T is Terrence Thornton and Kendrick is Terrence Crawford and he's whooping feet. Now, it's also important to know that even the release date of this music video was super calculated, as Kendrick released it on July 4th, which is America's Independence Day. He also did his pop-out legendary West Coast concert on Juneteenth. Juneteenth is the day that commemorates the day when the final 250,000 slaves left in America were officially declared their freedom.
Damn.
Now, these days are crazy considering all of Kendrick's diss songs have been aimed at saying that Drake, a Canadian, is a colonizer of African-American culture and has no true identity of his own. Now, the video starts off with Kendrick in a room surrounded by a bunch of dancers from Los Angeles, with each one of them wearing red and blue flags tied together and shirts that had the colors red, blue, and white on them. Again, referencing the colors of the American national flag, and the blue and red rags signifying the unity that Kendrick is bringing to gang members within his city. The scene that follows that depicts Kendrick in a black room with dim white lights, which is an exact recreation of the second part of Drake's Family Matters music video, where he's driving to go have the van from the Good Kid, Mad City album cover smashed. In that scene, there's also a man wearing a black shiesty mask, which is the same look that Drake rocks in the Dark Lane Demo Tapes album cover. In the video, that man tries to jump at Kendrick and he quickly gets blasted away. Now, there's multiple cameos in this music video that play strong significance. One of the most significant is the appearance by DeMar DeRozan, who's an NBA basketball player who was once on the Toronto Raptors and got traded for Kawhi Leonard. He's an LA native, and Kendrick actually rapped on the Not Like Us record saying, "I'm glad D-Rose came home, you guys didn't deserve him either." Again, every scene in this video is super calculated. This is followed up by Kendrick in a scene that looks to be a prison, where he's just doing push-ups. This is in reference to Drake's diss record Push-Ups, where he raps, "Top told you drop and give me 50 like some push-ups." Yeah. Now, this diss was in reference to the viral video of Kendrick in a backyard doing push-ups.
That was the dumbest calling it push-ups as if getting in shape is a diss just because you go to the plastic surgeon. You don't got the discipline or the arm chest strength to do push-ups. And his fans was really crunk about that. Oh, Kendrick was doing push-ups. Okay. Oh, big diss. This nigga getting healthy.
Talk about drop and give me 50. I guarantee you Drake can't drop and give you 50.
Yeah.
Push-ups right now.
The only 50 he can give you is, you know what, I'm just trying to keep it PG. Let's continue.
Backyard doing push-ups to some old school R&B music. And Drake is saying Top Dog, the owner of the record label that Kendrick is signed to, is telling Kendrick to drop and give him 50 like push-ups, meaning that Top Dog is telling Kendrick to give him 50% of the profits of his music, similar to how someone would tell you to drop and give him 50 like you're doing push-ups. So Kendrick is just absolutely trolling Drake to the highest degree throughout this entire video. He proceeds to beat up an owl piñata, and on the screen there's a disclaimer saying no OV hoes were harmed in the making of this. Now, this scene has several different meanings. Obviously, the piñata being an owl is in reference to the fact that Drake's OVO logo is an owl. It's also the fact that piñatas are famously known for being an activity at a kid's birthday party, and Kendrick throughout all of these disses is accusing Drake of being into younger women.
I see the meme. It said Kendrick probably went over about 18 different versions of the piñata. Was like, no, I need to be goofy.
Yeah.
No, dumber. That's not good. It needs to look dumber than that.
Dumber, please. And you know what? I didn't smack it hard enough. You know, another one, please. Thanks. It's probably like 50,000 of them things broken.
And an owl is also a predator animal, meaning that it gets its food from other animals. And Kendrick, again, is calling Drake a predator throughout this entire record.
Wow.
So when Drake was asking Kendrick for...
And on some industry shit, you know, the whole owl thing they do in Cali for their secret society, I can't think of the name now, but they all stand in front of that wooden owl. Predators. Nasty predators.
It's pretty wild.
That's going to be on the Patreon.
Quadruple entendres and lines that have like 4 different meanings. I don't think he was expecting Kendrick to not only come with diss records that had bars that had multiple meanings, but also music videos that had layers and layers of meanings to each scene. It's insane. Then when the famous A minor line plays throughout the video, Kendrick is depicted doing hopscotch, which is another kid's activity. Again, Kendrick is accusing Drake throughout this entire record of being into little kids and is shown in the video doing little kid activities. What's also substantial here is on the hopscotch, there were the letters 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And on this record, Kendrick rapped, "How many stocks do I really have in stock? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus 5. Meaning that Kendrick dropped 5 diss records against Drake, but he also had another 5 in the tuck waiting to...
I wonder what he gonna say about the t-shirt. I'm wondering if the t-shirt and the blah, blah, blah hat mean anything as well. I hope they go into detail on that.
Release. So as that famous A minor line plays, Kendrick is doing hopscotch all the way up to the number 10. Again, trolling Drake for the fact that he has 10 diss records to drop on Drake if Drake decides to re-engage within this beef. Other notable appearances include a scene with his entire record label, everyone from Absol, J-Rock, Punch, and Top Dog from TDE, showing you that these are all his day ones, and completely discrediting any claims that Drake made that his record label was exploiting him, or that he had splits with any of the guys that he was associated with business-wise. Another scene shows Kendrick Lamar and Dave Free dancing in front of a bunch of shipping containers, and this could be alluding to the containers that are used to traffic humans, which is again in reference to the disses that Kendrick aimed at Drake, where even Drake said he knew that Kendrick would take the Jeffrey Epstein angle against him. Where, if you guys didn't know, Jeffrey Epstein is notorious for being one of the most disgusting human traffickers of all time. There's another scene in front of the Compton courthouse where Kendrick is singing.
Drake said he knew he would take that angle with him. How do you know he would take that angle with you, sir?
Oh, much like the video we found out last night in 2018, there were already 6 cases that everybody was talking about in the magazines and stuff. Fans didn't care.
Pretty wild.
Behind him, showing that he most definitely gets more love in his own city than Drake gets. And one of the final most scathing...
Drake can never get Toronto like that.
Hey, bro, that is wild. I forgot that Drake said that. He said he'd get more love in LA than Kendrick. And Kendrick has proceeded to continue to show that he is getting the most love.
Yes. Oh, I'm sure Drake was talking about the prostitutes that he pays for the love that he gets.
That's what it was.
Scathing scenes within this video is when Kendrick is standing next to his fiance and 2 children.
Favorite part of the video.
Shuts down any rumors that Drake made that Kendrick was having any sort of marital issues with his fiance. Drake claimed that Kendrick abused her. Drake claimed that they were no longer together. And he even claimed that the worst, that Kendrick's son was actually the son of his manager's Dave Free. That Kendrick's fiance, Whitney, was having an affair with Kendrick's manager. You can tell by seeing Kendrick and his son face to face that they are most definitely related. That child is definitely Kendrick's. I mean, just look at the ears. You could tell.
Look at them ears. That is Kendrick. Non-stop.
And Whitney is dancing as Kendrick is rapping OV Ho and he a fan, showing that she's in on this, that there's no issues between them, and that everything Drake said was fabricated, was a lie, and that all of the disses he threw at Kendrick really had no substance to them. The most scathing scene of this entire video for Drake must be when Whitney is crip walking to the outro of the record. The last scene of the video is Kendrick staring at a cage with an animal inside of it. And at first glance, you can't tell if that animal is a rat or what it is. But eventually, as Kendrick steps away, you realize that it's an owl, which again is in reference to Drake, and the fact that an owl is a predator animal. Now, Drake fans or DJ academics could say whatever they want. They could say that Kendrick is riding off the hype of this song and that Kendrick fans only eat when he's dissing Drake.
Why
and that he doesn't
shouldn't he?
release any other music. But he's showing you otherwise. He's premiering new music within this video.
If this was in reverse and Drake had won and was kept doing, which he did to Meek, he didn't stop fucking with Meek for a very long time. Oh my gosh.
Sound like some sore loser Drake stands.
Crazy.
Drake. And by hopscotching to the numbers 1 to 10, he's showing you that he has many more diss tracks in stock in case Drake ever decides to step back into this beef. I also forgot to mention that DJ Mustard, the producer of the record, is seen in the video wearing a Toronto Blue Jays hat, which he claims was not an intentional diss at Drake because he got a bunch of different hats customized and he just happened to wear the Blue Jays hat on that day.
It wasn't.
But obviously,
Come on,
even if it
Mustard.
wasn't intentional. Drake is from Toronto, and the producer of this massive record wearing a Toronto Blue Jays hat in the video that's directly trolling you for 5 minutes straight just stings incredibly hard, whether it was intentional or not. So all in all, this was just an incredible performance by Kendrick. He put tons of rumors to rest, whether it was the fact that he was split up from his former peers and record label, whether it was the fact that his manager was having an affair with his wife.
And I would also like to pause this. As you saw, all of LA was out there. You saw all the colors of the rainbow. So to that one podcast, it was like there wasn't enough Mexican representation. Mexicans showed up for Kendrick. They got love for Kendrick as well.
Yeah.
Whether it was the fact that he was even with his wife still or not, he was uniting his city on America's Independence Day, showing that he has deep ties to his culture and his city and is doing his best to unify his people and bring peace and pride to them. He's also playing Drake's game as best as he could by trolling Drake with multiple subliminal disses throughout this entire video, creating memes that'll last forever and doing exactly what Drake should have done when he dropped back-to-back against Meek Mill. Like, imagine a back-to-back music video with a Nicki Minaj lookalike where Drake was just trolling Meek for an entire 3 minutes straight. Kendrick is playing the game right, putting all the rumors to rest, and making this song even more important than it was. Not only being a victory lap for Kendrick throughout this entire beef, but also being a staple and a sense of pride for his entire community by unifying the West Coast, bringing this video back to his hometown and celebrating the essence of what the West Coast is known and loved for. So what do you think Drake's next move should be? Should he just ignore this? Let the hype of this song and this video die down and release something once everyone has kind of stopped talking about this and the dust is settled? Or should he re-engage in this beef and drop his own hit record that's also a diss record and play the same game that Kendrick is playing? I mean, again, Kendrick did say that he has 5 more records tucked in the stash, so I would love to see this beef reignite.
Love to see
Kendrick actually dissing Drake again.
Kendrick was antagonizing him like, yeah.
He made on the sample of this video
please say
that
something.
he might be dissing Drake again on new music that he's about to release. And what do you think's next for Kendrick? Is he going to wait a while, let the hype of this ride out, and then drop an album? Or will he drop an album sooner than we think, as he's already teasing new music?
He definitely pulling Beyonce surprise album, Wake Up One Day. Just like Euphoria.
If he ships this album out
surprise,
or as strong as a record like
Hey, that's my shit.
And I must have missed a couple of things.
Yo, and really it's not gonna be a surprise. Anybody, all of these people that be doing the scientifical deep dives on Kendrick probably go pull it off and predict when the video go get dropped, because Kendrick be doing shit like how the pyramids all match up with the constellations and stuff. I'm pretty sure if you look in that video, the date of the album dropping is somewhere hidden in that video. He already let us know that he got some music coming with the beginning, so that I just can't wait. I do think Drake should drop. He ain't got no choice. Everybody disrespected J. Cole for bowing out. So you can't disrespect J. Cole for bowing out, lose respect for him, and be a fan of Drake and still respect him for not answering back, repeatedly getting kicked in the mouth over and over and over. If the boy is really what he say, he shouldn't be afraid of them next 5. How you gonna be the best nigga and be afraid?
This is just like if in real life, if there was a person that let a man piss on his leg and not do nothing to back at all. This is the kind of activity that goes on here. This is what this is equivalent to. Like somebody just came and pissed on your leg and you didn't do nothing back about it. It's pretty much what this rap beef is. Somebody did all this stuff with the not like us, got people acted out here in jubilation, got gangs in LA coming together. It's a community. It's a whole community event.
It's a community. And you know what? This is worse than when he got pissed on the leg. This is pissing in his face. And much like the leg, he's not doing anything. Matter of fact, it seems like he got his mouth open and he's loving it. All right, guys. Well, thanks for joining us for this breakdown. We should be doing a rewatch of the video on our own, maybe, possibly, because this video didn't show. I thought it was gonna show more scenes, but he just kind of went over it. But what do y'all think? How'd you like the video? Do you think all of the things he said were accurate as far as the breakdowns? Did we miss anything? I'm pretty sure there will be more things being found in this video as the days go by. And finally, should Drake drop? Because the answer is yes, so we can get them other 5 disses. There's no other answer that is the correct answer. We need the other 5. All right. Well, thanks for joining us. See y'all on the flip side. Peace out.